Hey there, I'm Adam, and today, we're embarking on a journey into the heart of a gripping historical saga, the Serbia Kosovo conflict, better known as Echoes of War, the battle for Kosovo. Buckle up and let's dive into it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us explore the Balkan map, where we will find Serbia and Kosovo, two regions involved in one of Europe's most complex conflicts. Kosovo, once an autonomous province under Serbia, took a bold step by declaring independence in 2008. This conflict is not merely a territorial dispute, but also a struggle of identities rooted in ethnic tensions between Serbs and Albanians. Regional and international stability depends on resolving this conflict. The Balkans, with its turbulent history, play a crucial role in European and global security. Instability here not only threatens the peace of neighboring countries, but also poses a risk to the global order. At the heart of this dispute, we see issues of sovereignty and recognition. Kosovo's declaration of independence has garnered support from the United States and many European Union countries, but it remains opposed by Serbia, Russia, China, and several other nations. Serbia, through its constitution, still considers Kosovo as part of its territory and has taken political and legal steps to prevent the recognition of Kosovo's independence. Regional security and stability also of paramount concern. The presence of NATO forces in Kosovo aims to maintain peace, but occasional clashes and ethnic tensions reflect the fragility of the situation there. The impact on European stability cannot be ignored. The European Union has a deep interest in stabilizing this region as part of its enlargement strategy. Reports on the treatment of minorities indicate that the Serbian minority in Kosovo continues to face issues related to security, property rights, and political representation. Meanwhile, the Albanian minority in Serbia also encounters challenges regarding cultural rights and economic opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, we will delve deeper into the dimensions of international law that play a crucial role in resolving the dispute between Serbia and Kosovo. Here, we face the fundamental principles that often clash: self-determination and territorial integrity. Self-determination is a fundamental right of people to determine their sovereignty and political status without external interference. Conversely, territorial integrity is a principle recognizing that countries should not encourage or support secessionist movements in other states. These principles are often in tension in the context of international conflicts. In 2010, the International Court of Justice (ICJ) provided an advisory opinion stating that Kosovo's declaration of independence did not violate international law. Although this opinion is not binding, it has had a significant influence on international debate and set a precedent for similar cases. We can look at South Sudan, which gained independence from Sudan in 2011 following a referendum held with international mediation and support. This is an example of a successful conflict resolution through a democratic process and global community support. East Timor is another important example, where the country became independent from Indonesia in 2002 after a UN-sponsored referendum. This demonstrates the critical role of international intervention and support in resolving conflicts and building independent nations. International actors and their roles. We will trace the roles of international actors who have shaped the political and security landscape of the Serbia-Kosovo conflict. Major powers and international organizations have played significant roles in determining the future direction of both these countries. The United States has been a strong supporter of Kosovo's independence, facilitating dialogue between conflicting parties and providing substantial economic and military aid. This underscores the US's commitment to a resolution based on democracy and human rights. The European Union, as a mediator in the Brussels Agreement, has played a critical role in facilitating dialogue and offering EU membership prospects as an incentive for regional peace and cooperation. Russia, with its stance against Kosovo's independence, has provided diplomatic and economic support to Serbia. This reflects Russia's foreign policy upholding the principle of territorial integrity and opposing secessionist movements. China also supports Serbia's position, based on a policy of non-interference and maintaining strong economic ties with Serbia, aligning with its own strategic interests. The United Nations established UNMIK, the UN Interim Administration Mission in Kosovo, in 1999 to help administer Kosovo and support peace and humanitarian efforts. NATO, through KFOR, the Kosovo Force, has maintained security and stability in the region, providing a vital security presence to prevent violence and ensure the protection of local residents. Next, we move on to mediation and negotiation strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss the mediation strategies that have been the backbone of efforts to resolve the conflict between Serbia and Kosovo. Dialogue and discussion have been the main tools in seeking a peaceful and lasting solution. Discussions and dialogue. The Brussels Agreement in 2013 was a significant milestone in these efforts, where Serbia and Kosovo agreed to normalize relations. The primary focus of this agreement was the integration of Serb-majority municipalities in Kosovo, a step expected to reduce tensions and enhance cooperation. This dialogue continues to be facilitated by the European Union, reflecting the international commitment to resolving this conflict. The European Union and the United States have provided financial assistance for development projects, which not only aid economic recovery, but also serve as an attractive incentive for reaching agreements. The prospect of EU membership has also been used as an incentive, with both Serbia and Kosovo aspiring to join the bloc. The EU uses this prospect as leverage to bring both parties to the negotiating table. Last but not least, building trust. Joint economic projects, such as cross-border trade zone initiatives, have been proposed to strengthen economic ties and build trust between Serbia and Kosovo. Cultural exchange programs have also been introduced to promote mutual understanding and reduce ethnic tensions, with the hope that closer interactions among people can lead to better understanding and reduce prejudices. Policy recommendations and future prospects. The steps that can be taken to achieve an effective and lasting resolution for the Serbia-Kosovo conflict is by looking at how international support, local governance, and long-term peace can shape the future of these two regions. International support is critical. Coordinated efforts by the United States, the European Union, and other international actors should continue to support dialogue and development. This includes strengthening local governance in Kosovo to ensure good governance and the rule of law. Economic development is fundamental to long-term peace. Programs aimed at boosting economic growth and reducing unemployment in both regions should be introduced and effectively implemented. Civil society initiatives also play an important role, supporting NGOs and community organizations working on reconciliation and social cohesion. Several possible outcomes can be explored. Full recognition by Serbia of Kosovo's independence could lead to normalized relations. Alternatively, Kosovo might receive a special autonomous status within Serbia, similar to models used in other regions, or the status quo might continue, with ongoing negotiations without a final resolution, but with continued international engagement. In conclusion, resolving the Serbia-Kosovo dispute involves issues of recognition, security, and minority rights, international law, negotiations, and the involvement of major international actors all play critical roles in finding a fair and lasting solution.